And I like to ask this question of my students. It's interesting the response that you get. Is it possible for one citizen to violate the constitutional rights of another citizen? And I'm not going to ask you that question, but I'll tell you, when I ask that question publicly, the vast majority of people will say, of course it is. And the answer is absolutely not. A citizen cannot violate your constitutional rights because what does the Constitution protect you from? The government. Only the government can violate a constitutional right. We have laws, we have statutes that protect you from each other, but it's the Constitution that protects you from government. And, you know, George Washington had something to say about this. He said, government is not reason, it is not eloquence, it is force. Like fire is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. I did a Google search on this the other night because I wanted to be sure I got the quotation exactly right. Believe it or not, an article written by Chuck Baldwin popped up on my search engine. He had quoted this in one of his articles, and so I felt pretty comfortable sharing it with you today. And, you know, if we lived out in the countryside somewhere, we had a little bunch of log cabins or something in the wilderness, fire would be very important to us. You know, we would use fire to heat our homes. We would use fire to cook our food. It would be a very important part of our life. In fact, fire would be so important to us that we would have within our homes a special place to put the fire. We call that the what? The fireplace, right? And as long as the fire stays in the fireplace, we can use it for a lot of good things. But what happens if that fire begins to spill out of the fireplace and gets on the floor of the house? Now we have a problem, don't we? Now we have a threat to our safety. And that fire would have to be stomped out immediately and brought under control and put back in the fireplace. Well, Washington's point was that, you know, fire is like government. And you know what? The Constitution is like the fireplace. And as long as the government stays within the confines of the fireplace, we can use it for some useful things. But if it starts to jump out of that fireplace, it presents a threat to our liberties, and it presents a threat to our safety. And it must be stomped out immediately. That's what constitutionalism is all about. That's what federalism is all about. That's what our vision of our founders is. That's what your pastor is all about, and many of you understand this. I'm going to leave you with this thought. James Madison, our fourth president, one of the Federalists of the day, in number 51, said this. He said, justice is the end of government. It is the end of civil society. It ever has been and ever will be pursued until it is obtained or until liberty be lost in the pursuit. Folks, I think we are in dire danger of losing liberty. We've lost a lot of liberties already. We're in dire danger of losing a lot because we've been in this pursuit of justice. We've been in this pursuit of security. I think it was Franklin that purportedly said that a people that's willing to give up a little bit of their liberty in order to gain a little bit of security deserve neither and will lose both. And you know what? I think the pursuit of justice that we've had in this country, I think it's shifted. I don't think it's so much a pursuit of justice anymore as it is a pursuit of fairness. And there is a difference. There is a fundamental difference between justice and fairness. Time does not allow us to get into that totally at the moment. But my sincere hope and my sincere prayer for America is that we will continue our pursuit of justice, but we will not lose a single additional liberty. And I appreciate men and women like yourselves that understand this, government leaders, present and future, that understand this, because that is the hope for America. God bless you. Thank you for allowing me to come and share some things.